What's up guys, BrunsNick's back and it's comparison time today. Today I'll be comparing the Ebonite GB4 Hybrid versus the brand new Radical Crypto Boom. Now these two balls are similar, one slightly different cover stock. Both have HyperKinetic22 technology, both symmetrical with similar numbers. We'll get these on the lanes with SPECTO data and see what they do up against each other. But before we get to all that, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Now, let's see Crypto Boom versus GB4 Hybrid. All right, it is comparison time. Today we'll be doing GB4 Hybrid versus the brand new Crypto Boom. Two symmetrical balls, one's hybrid, one's pearl, both shiny. Both have HyperKinetic and their core numbers are almost identical. 248, 048 versus 046. So, I'm gonna try them in different parts of the lanes. We got SPECTO running. See what these balls do up against each other. All right, zone one. Okay. Not a bad shot. Just playing it right in the track. Right. Layouts are the same. I'll put the original links to the original review videos for these two, but layouts 4.5 pin up, 20 degree VAL. All right, we saw what GB4 Hybrid did. Let's see what Crypto Boom does. All right, that was a pretty good shot. Let's check out the SPECTO data on those two. In the first shot, the GB4 Hybrid was thrown on a tighter line with less swing, only getting out to the 8 board, while the Crypto Boom got out to 6 board. The overall hook was less, playing on the straighter angle, but preserved more energy through the pins, finishing at the 17 board, where the Crypto Boom deflected slightly. All right, playing out, you know, with a little less hand on the ball. I don't think we're going to see a ton of difference. But we'll move 5 boards at a time, test them in different zones, and show you the information and all the data to go with it. So now we're 5 left. Start doing a little tiny swing here with Crypto Boom to start this time. Nice shot. Crypto Boom, if you watch the original video, it was a very flippy ball. You know, symmetrical pearl ball with HyperKinetic, very clean, very flippy, which is pretty much what I said about GB4 Hybrid. Now, how much they differ, being hybrid versus pearl, numbers are pretty close, right? So let's see what this one does. Heads up. Huh, all right. See the SPECTO data on those two. In the second shot, the GB4 Hybrid was swung a little wider, though they were laid down around the same board. Though it hooked more, it came behind the head pin and missed the pocket, whereas the Crypto Boom continued a little harder and hit the pocket and went through the pins. So off that shot, GB4 looked like it pushed a little further, got down the lane a lot easier, and didn't have as much response on the back. Let's test them again. We'll go another 5. And see how they do. I can tell you this much, GB4 Hybrid has been a mainstay on tour and now the PWBA. Woo! Okay. Still coming in a little bit behind the head pin. Super clean cover on that one. Let's switch it up. Now, the finish on these two, obviously they do have some games on it because they both got reviewed. But the original box surface is very close, if not the same. I think it's the same. Compound finish for sure, and I think the steps to get there are the same. Let's see Crypto versus it. Yeah. Let's check out the side-by-side, and then we'll look at the SPECTO data on those two. In the third shot, these were thrown very identical to one another, with the laydown board being a half board difference. That maintained itself all the way down the lane, but you can see that the GB4 did not finish as strong. This resulted in about a board and a half more overall hook, with it all being on the back end. And you can also note that entry angle being almost a full degree lower. This means the GB4 Hybrid was less responsive as it started to encounter friction. So I am certainly noticing that the Crypto Boom has just a little bit more on the back end compared to the GB4 Hybrid so far. Just a little bit sharper off that spot, it seems like. So maybe that's the difference between the Pearl and the Hybrid in this comparison, because the cores are fairly similar. But the only thing I don't know are what the ending numbers are, drilling wise, like what's the intermediate, what did the differential balloon up to after drilling on these two. Nice shot there. Got a little bit around the side of it, soften the speed. It's always what we do when we kind of move in and open up the angle some. So we'll try to do the same thing for the GB4 Hybrid and see if it can come off that spot or if it still pushes through the front a little bit. All right, once again, we are 15 left of where we originally started on this. Okay, that was a pretty good side-by-side there, I think. Let's go ahead and check out the SPECTO data. The fourth shot was the most telling in this comparison, as both balls were thrown identical to one another, with nearly identical numbers all the way through the shot. The main difference came on the back end, with the hook power being 13.2 versus 11.9 for the GB4 Hybrid. Once again, the entry angle was the cause for this, as the Crypto Boom saw the friction harder and changed direction harder on the back end, finishing through the pins on the 20th board. Now those two shots were thrown virtually right on top of each other, and you can see the results. The GB4 just had a little bit less on the back end. We're seeing that from the last few angles that we played, so we're going to move 5 more. And now we're going to really open up the angles. But I think we've kind of got an idea of where these two match up against each other. You know, same category of performance. Looks like, so far, Crypto Boom just gives you a little bit more on the back. Good shot there. I mean, it definitely strikes. Didn't quite get through the pins. So I think the main thing we might see here is the Crypto Boom just might go through the pins a little bit harder. Drive a little bit harder, might hit a little bit more high flush. But that's why we're here testing them. Test them side by side. Same pattern. Make sure SPECTO keeps me honest. And go from there. All right. Last shot of this comparison. There we go. Yeah, just a little bit stronger. Not a whole lot of difference there. They both kind of bled off a lot of energy there. Let's see the SPECTO data. In the final shot, these are once again close, playing this extreme launch angle from further in on the lanes. The Crypto Boom was launched just a little bit wider on the lane with a little more ball speed. This resulted in 2.5 boards more of overall hook, with most of it being on the back end. The GB4 Hybrid is still slower to respond at the breakpoint, whereas the Crypto Boom sees it a little bit sharper. All right, that's my comparison on the Crypto Boom versus GB4 Hybrid. Two balls, like I said, in similar performance categories. Both have hyperkinetic, symmetrical cores with very close numbers, but the difference always comes down to is what the numbers come through after drilling. HyperKinetic bowling balls, both drilled the same. What do you guys think of the comparison? I thought they were pretty close. I think the edge and the back end goes to Crypto Boom in this one. So is that the difference between Pearl versus Hybrid? I think it's got to be it. A little bit more responsive on the back end, a little bit more back end motion. That's all for today. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Talk to you guys soon.